The food we eat gives our bodies the information and materials they need to function properly. If we don't get the right information, our metabolic processes suffer and our health declines. If we eat too much food that gives our bodies the wrong instructions, we become overweight, undernourished, and at the risk for the development of diseases and conditions such as arthritis, diabetes, and heart disease. In short, what we eat is central to our health, and how we cook and prepare it adds either to the severity of the disease and the health benefits we acquire. In this episode, we will feature the delicious and nutritious vegetarian diet coming from 3 different countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, and Sri Lanka. A lot of common dishes from these countries are vegetarian by default. Many of them are loaded with veggies and are delicious. And this afternoon, they will be sharing to us their recipes for a healthy drink, nutritious dessert, and a sumptuous vegetarian viand. So sit back and watch how 4 different vegetarian menus come to life when they are being prepared and cooked by our diligent chefs. I'm Lelaine Saron Alfanoso, and welcome to the 2nd episode of the International Vegetarian Cooking Show.
is Rani Mangin. I'm from West Indonesia Union Mission, and today I'm going to present the dessert recipe, and I call it banana sushi roll. So let's get started. Okay, so we start with the ingredients. First, we need a tortilla wrap. Yes, and then, of course, we need a banana. I suggest to prepare long-shaped bananas because it will be easier for you to roll it in the tortilla wrap. And then, of course, we also need nut butter. So whatever you have at home, peanut butter or almond butter, cashew butter, you can use it. And then here is the ground flaxseed, just to make it healthier. And then this is a strawberry, and these are strawberries and black raisin for the garnish. It's very easy peasy recipe, and your kids going to love it. Okay, so the first step is you spread the nut butter on the surface of the tortilla. Peel off the banana. Okay, you can use Cavendish, or actually you can use any kind of banana, but I prefer the long shaped one. Yeah. And then you put here, and then we sprinkle some of the flax seeds, the ground one. You need to green it first or blend it first because it will easier to digest. Okay. Now, this is the most fun part. You roll the banana. Okay, like this. Ta-da! And then we cut it in 1 centimeter. Cut it in the middle of the roll. Yeah, like this, yeah. Okay, and then we will put it here on the plate. We're gonna sprinkle first some flax just to make it more appetizing. And then we put it here. Okay. Put the strawberries. Like this, and then put on some black raisin. Okay, so here it is, our banana sushi rolls. Hello everyone, I'm Rani Mangin from West Indonesia Union Mission. Today I'm going to make the recipe with one of the most famous Indonesian traditional food. You know, you can guess it? Yes, that's right, it's tempe. So, you know, here, especially in the west part of Indonesia, tempe is very cheap and you can find it anywhere. And that that is causing the people to eat tempeh just because of the cheap price and like you can find it easily. But in fact, tempeh has a lot of health benefits. It's so nutritious. Even people call it superfood. So today, let's start. This is my original recipe, and it's called tempeh kebab, or you can call it also tempeh wrap. Thank you. Now we will start to make the tempeh. Okay, so I'll put here a pan. This we use just little drops of coconut cooking oil. Okay. I hope you guys can see it. So once the tomatoes are cooked, we'll put the tempeh in. And then we add the salt. And I will put the smoked paprika to make it more tasty. Okay, it's done. Okay, so now we will arrange the tempeh wrap or tempeh kebab, whatever you name it. And then so first of all we will put the lettuces. Okay, like this. And then you put the tempeh. It's so yummy. And then the cucumber. Yes. So it goes like this. And then we wrap it. And we cut it in the middle. Okay, like this, yeah. So this is it, kebab tempeh.
Good day everyone! My name is Alan Supit, registered dietitian from Eden Way, Indonesia, representing East Indonesian Union Conference. Today we are going to make 3-in-1 smoothies. Let me introduce to you the ingredients. Here with me we have big chunk of papaya with half of pineapple and 1 whole cutted apple. And we will add 1 tablespoon of flaxseed in our smoothies. Let's talk about papaya. Papaya is all-time favorite fruits from Southeast Asia, and papaya have high vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin C, minerals, and antioxidants. If you combine papaya with pineapple, both have this digestive enzyme that will help to regulate your digestive system, and also adding on the top of that with this apple will help you to prevent heart disease and colon cancer. Friends, let's start our smoothies. We are going to cut this papaya and pineapple, and we are going to blend it in our blender. Okay, so we are going to cut this papaya. Actually, you can cut it whatever cut you want, and it also depends on the type of blender you are going to use. And actually, the proportion with pineapple, it really depends on how you would love it. I would like them to have 1:1 proportion for the pineapple, apple, and also papaya, so I make them all together same amount. After this papaya, we are going to cut this pineapple. I love to put the pineapple first in our blender if we don't want to add more water to it, since pineapple are really packed with also fluid, so it will help to smoothen the smoothies later on without adding additional water. So after we cut all of the fruits, now let's start blending them all together. So I will add this pineapple first, 1/3 of the pineapple, and blend it in our blender. So I will start adding the rest of it, and let's blend it again. Next up, we're going to put the papaya, and lastly the apple. Okay, so we are done blending our smoothies. Let's pour it into the glass. Last step, we are going to add this flaxseed. Make sure you blend or you break the flaxseed first so you can get all the goods inside of it. And now we are going to add 1 tablespoon of blended flaxseed into our smoothies. Yum! This is it. Our 3-in-1 smoothies are done. Good day everyone, my name is Ellen Supit from Edenway, Indonesia. I'm representing East Indonesian Union Conference, and today we are going to make a woku belanga tempe. This is the spices that we are going to use for our dish today. We have 200 grams of tempeh. Then next up we have 3 tomato. We have a bunch of basil leaf, or we call kemangi. Then we have leek. I separated the leek into the white part, and also the green part. Next up, we have lime leaves here. Then we have turmeric. For the turmeric, I will only use 1 or 2 centimeter long of turmeric. We will use a candle nut, 3 of the candle nut. Next, we will use shallot. I will use about 6 of the shallot. And we will use ginger. For the ginger, we will only use about 1 centimeter long. Next up, we have the garlic. And we will also use a bit of salt. And last but not the least, we have pandan leaves, we have lemongrass, and we have turmeric leaves. We will also use a little bit of cooking oil, and this is a water, just a normal mineral water with a yellow pot. Woko Blanga is a North Sulawesi authentic dish that normally cooked with chicken, rat snapper, or other animal protein. But today we are going to make a healthier version of it. We are going to use tempe. Woko Blanga is taken from look like coconut leaves called woka leaves that used to wrap a rice and you steam the rice, and they normally cook it in a clay pot or saucepan that Indonesian or Mandadonese called belanga. That's why we call this dish Woko Blanga. It's filled with spices rich in flavor and also aroma. So I will introduce to you all the ingredients. We are going to use tempe as our main dish for today. Tempe is firm and it's dry, but it has a chewy and also nutty taste to it. It makes from soybean, and it's actually a traditional Indonesian food. So the soybean has been fermented or broken down by microorganisms, and it has a lot of nutritional properties in it. Tempe is a good source of protein and have the vitamin, minerals, antioxidant. The calcium in tempe, 1 cup of tempe has a calcium equals to 2/3 cup of whole milk. So aside from tempe, we are going to have other beautiful ingredients, which is not only tasty, not only give a vibrant color, but also have medicinal properties or health properties. Let's go. We have here a tomato with me. Tomato is very high in lycopene, anti-cancer, and it's also high in vitamin C. Next up, we have this lime leaves together with basil leaves. Both give a flavor and taste, a distinct taste to our dish. Next up, we have onion family. We have here our leek. I separated the leek into the yellow part and also the green part. We have shallot, and we also have garlic. This garlic, shallot, leeks are high in anti-inflammatory. It gives you a lot of minerals, and also it gives you an umami taste, so you don't have to use other seasonings or MSG, but you can just use this natural MSG. Aside from that, garlic also helps to reduce high blood pressure. Next up, we have another root spices, which is ginger and turmeric. They are one of the most powerful root spices that has a lot of health benefits to you. Do you know that turmeric and ginger are anti-inflammatory? So it helps to reduce your pain, menstrual pain, or it's also research shown that ginger can help reduce the osteoarthritis pain. So especially the osteoarthritis on your knees. Aside from that, we have a great source of omega-3. We have here candle nut, So candle nut is types of nut that we used to have in our cooking. It have high omega-3 aside from flaxseed, chia seed, or walnuts. You can easily find it in Southeast Asia, and that's what we are going to use for our ingredients. Next up, we have here pandan leaves, turmeric leaves, and also the lemongrass. Not only giving the flavor, the aroma, but it also helps to soothe your nerves, calm the nerves, and it helps a lot of other health properties as well. So, let's begin. To start, we are going to prep our tempeh. So for the tempeh, you can actually cut it any cut that you want, and I will cut it into bites, just a small cubes. The smaller the better, so it can absorb the spices better. Normally, people used to steam, bake, or deep fry the tempeh, but we are not going to deep fry the tempeh, but we are going to boil the tempeh with garlic so the taste can be absorbed perfectly. After we prep the tempeh, now we are going to crush some of the garlic. I will use 4 garlic, and we are going to boil the garlic, salt, water, and tempeh together. So now let's get our pan ready. Turn on the fire, and we are going to boil about 1 cup of water. Next, we are going to put our tempeh, garlic, and a bit of salt in it. Let's keep it cooked for about 5 minutes, and later on we will strain it. So while waiting for our tempeh to be well cooked, we are going to prep the blended ingredients. So we are going to blend the turmeric, candle nut, ginger, and also our shallot. I will take just 1 of the turmeric and also 1 centimeter long of the ginger. I will use 6 of the shallot, and also 3 of the candle nut. Before we put it in the blender, make sure to chop it smaller so it can be easier to be blended later on. I just cut it smaller. For the candles nut, I will just let it as it is because it is quite soft. Let's put all our ingredients in the blender. And just put a pinch of water. And let's blend it until it's all smooth and well blended. Tada! It's done, and we are going to wait for the tempeh. As we can see here, the water is reduced and it has been 5 minutes. So let's turn off the fire and we are going to strain the tempeh. So now our tempeh is done and our blended spices is done. We are going to cook the tempeh woku. Let's turn on again our fire and let's put a little bit of oil. I will just use 1 teaspoon of oil. And I will add the blended spices into our saucepan. The aroma is already out. We are going to cook it. We are going to keep stirring it until the water is reduced and the color will be darker yellow. If you are here, you can smell the aroma is really fragrant and it's really yummy. So as we see, the water is already reduced. The color is getting darker. Now let's add all our other spices. Let's put in our leek, our lime leaves, our lemongrass. I will cut it smaller. And make sure you crush your lemongrass a bit so the fragrance can come out. There you go. We put 1 turmeric leaves and also lemongrass. I just put just make a small tie on it. Allow it to put a little bit longer until all the fragrance and all the aroma come out. Let's add a bit of water. As you can see, beautiful color, beautiful aroma, and also nice taste. Okay, next. After stirring for a while, let's add another 1 cup of water. A little bit of salt, and let's put all our tempeh together. We are going to let it cook for about 10 minutes until the water is really absorbed by the tempeh, and we will add our last ingredients. So, don't forget to continually stir your tempeh. And as you see, if it's already absorbed the water, let's add our last ingredients, which is the tomato, the leek, and also the basil. Let's add the tomato in. And let's add the onion leaves or the leek. Not only healthy and tasty, but it also gives a vibrant color to our dish. Keep stirring for about 1 minute. You may cut your tomato into different shapes. I cut it into a 6-part, but you can cut it cubes, you can cut it smaller, or you can cut it bigger. It's just up to you. After 1 minute in, let's add our last ingredient, which is the basil leaves. We want to add the basil leaf at last because it very easily overcooked, and it will change in color if you cook it for too long. Let's just stir them and mix them together. And we are done. Let's turn the fire off and put our woku blanga tempeh in our plate. And voila, we are done. This is our woku blanga tempeh. Have a good try.
Apa yang kamu mau cakap?
Cakap, saya mau masak.
Oh.
Saya mau masak juga. Halo, nama saya Inok, saya tinggal di Inanam. Nama saya saya tinggal di tempat Inok juga. Welcome to Tina Place.
Halo, hari ini ada bersama saya ialah Inok dan juga Esta. Hari ini kita akan buat potato fries, dan kita akan buat 2 dip, yaitu mayonis dan juga cheese. So sekarang kita akan start dengan cheese dulu. Kita ada 1 cawan ubi kentang, 1/2 cawan lobak, dua ini sudah dikukus, 1/3 air, 1 sudut kecil garam, lemon, dan juga nutritional yeast serta bawang putih. Bawang putih ini kita cuma guna 1 ulas saja. Oke, ini adalah nutritional yeast, kita boleh dapat di mana-mana kedai. Kalau di Sabatu, di City Grocer ada. Ini adalah sumber untuk B-kompleks dalam badan kita. So sekarang kita mula untuk buat cheese. Kita perlukan blender untuk buat cheese. Kita akan masukkan 1 cawan kentang yang sudah dikukus, 1/2 cawan lobak yang sudah dikukus. Kita perlukan 1/3 air, 1/3 minyak sunflower oil. Kita akan masukkan di dalam, dan kita juga perlukan sedikit garam. So saya akan guna 1/2 sudut, 1 ulas bawang putih. Kalau kamu suka pedas sedikit, kamu boleh add banyak. Last sekali kita akan letak lemon juice. Lemon juice ni depends, kalau kamu suka dia asam-asam sedikit, kamu boleh tambah banyak. 1/2 cawan nutritional yeast. Inilah buat dia rasa cheesy. Dan kemudian kita akan kisar dia sebati. Sampai dia sebati, ya akanlah jadi cheese. Tapi ini lebih kurang 3-4 menit saja. So, inilah cheese kita pada hari ini. That is our homemade cheese. Kamu mau warna dia lagi kuning, kamu boleh tambah pumpkin atau labu kuning. So next kita akan teruskan, kita akan buat homemade mayonnaise. Kita perlukan blender juga untuk homemade mayonnaise. Tapi kali ini kita akan menggunakan visoy, sebab kepekatan dia paling menjadi untuk mayonnaise kita. So bahan-bahan yang kita perlukan adalah 1 cawan visoy. Kita masukkan ke dalam blender. 1/2 cawan minyak sunflower. Kita cuma perlu setengah saja. 1/2 cawan daripada soya milk tadi.
Jadi jangan bising.
Kok diam-diam biar saja. Kita akan letakkan sedikit lemon. Kamu mau masam, kamu boleh tambah. Inok suka yang asam-asam kan? Kita akan masukkan garam. Sedikit garam. Kita akan blend dia sebati. Ini juga mengambil masa 3-4 menit. Oke. Jadi siap sudah mayonnaise kita pada hari ini. Simple dan mudah. Mayonnaise dan cheese kita nih, kita boleh simpan dalam peti ais. Kita gunakan, boleh bertahan selama seminggu. So, jangan kamu heran kalau 2 lapisan air dan juga minyak. Tapi kamu kacau sebati saja dan kita boleh gunakan seperti biasa. Oke, next menu kita seterusnya adalah French fries. Ya, Inok suka makan kan? Selalu beli di mana? Di McDonald. So, kita pilih kentang yang kulit dia halus, sebab dalam dia pun halus. Jadi kita akan potong-potong macam French fries di kedai itu. Tak rendam dia dengan air sejuk. Ia akan membuatkan tekstur kentang itu tetap. So dia tidaklah lembek-lembek macam tu. Ini ambil masa 10-15 menit lah. Tidak perlu letak garam ya. Kita letakkan di atas permukaan ini. Dan kita serap air. Kita punya kentang. Pastikan dia betul-betul kering. Oke, minyak sudah panas. Jadi sekarang kita masukkan ke dalam kita punya jaring nih. Ini ambil 3-4 menit saja. Oke, puan-puan. Biasa di kedai itu sangat rangup kan. Tapi kita tidak mau terlalu banyak minyak. Jadi apa yang buat? Masukkan 3-4 menit selepas tadi. Kita angkat keluar. Kita biarkan minyak itu panas. dan kita akan dep-dep sekali lagi. Nampak nih, sambil-sambil kita menunggu kita punya minyak panas. Nah, kita ambil balik kentang kita tadi tuh, kita masukkan balik. Nah, ini kita tunggu dia sampai kuning keemasan masak. Oke, inilah kentang kita selepas 6-7 menit kita masak. Dia akan masak sekejap saja. Jadi dia sudah kuning keemasan. So ini saya tidak letak garam, tidak letak apa-apa sebab kita sudah ada mayonis dan juga cheese untuk dip. Inilah potato fries kita pada hari ini. Oke, thank you. So kita jumpa lagi untuk next recipe dan sila coba resep kita pada hari ini. Bye bye. Bye babe.
Nanti lagi tengok balik.
Bye.
I was so impressed by the way our chefs had prepared and cooked the delicious delicacies from their own country. It seems so easy to prepare, and the vegetables and fruits that they used can be found in almost the four corners of the world we live in, meaning what they just shared are doable, findable, and can lead us to a journey of being a vegetarian. I'm excited to see where this healthy lifestyle leads, and I'm looking forward to making more vegetarian discoveries, if not around the world, around Southeast Asia. Next week, we will learn the different recipes and vegetarian menu coming from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Myanmar, and Singapore. So please don't miss to watch. For the meantime, start cooking your way to a healthy diet. This has been again your host, Lalaine Saron Alfanoso, and you are watching International Vegetarian Cooking Show.